it says live
Nobody's
now.
here. Oh,
They will
we're
be.
live, but no one's. Oh, one person's here. Could you identify yourself in the chat? Oh, look at all the
No, there's 15.
people.
There's 15
This is
people.
so great. I thought there
Okay.
was only one. Hey, everybody. Go
Yeah, there's
ahead,
lots of.
Kristi.
Oh, wow.
Take
This
it
is
away.
stacking up. Okay, we better introduce ourselves. Okay. So I am Kristi Keller of Unstack Substack and also Homebody-ish magazine. And then I'm going to let Nan introduce herself because she's got a lot of things going on too.
I have a very long resume, and it's so good to be here. Kristi and I, the other day, were chit-chatting in chat, which is usually where we meet. And I wanted to ask her a question about something that I had just discovered to see if she knew. And I knew she would know because she knows everything. And she didn't know. She didn't know. And I
Because,
didn't know. Hey, Rona. And
why didn't we know?
because Substack doesn't tell us
is,
anything.
I know, and
It's
Substack is losing its mind daily.
daily, and they don't think so, which is like
Yeah.
really a problem. So I'm going to finish by introducing myself because I just
Yeah, do that.
So
Yeah.
Nan Tepper, I have 3 stacks because I'm insane. And I like
It's
to torture
certifiable.
myself, but I love all of them and I have trouble letting go. So I have The Next Right Thing, which is my memoir site. And I used to write an essay a week until I started Wham Bam Thank You Slam. And it's completely derailed me. And I'm like there full time. And I also have Style Your Stack, which is my design site and the site where I teach people how to use Substack.
As do I.
As do Kristi.
And these days, we don't know how to teach people how to use Substack because we'll teach one thing one day and the next day it has gone poof.
That's right. And I even checked in with Sarah Fay to see if she knew about the thing I discovered, and she didn't. So
yeah, what's the thing now? I forget because there's been so many things.
But wait, did you check with Claire Venus?
Claire?
To see if Claire
is on the same. Claire is on the same wavelength as we are, and actually, her and I are going live a week from now to talk about similar things. So, yeah, Dr. Rhonda, we are not here to help people get subscribers. We are actually here to help people use Substack properly.
But
yeah, so
when you use it properly, it does help you get subscribers.
Subscribers come, yes. So what is I forget now why we're even
remember
here.
What the thing is? Okay.
Yeah, what's the latest? It's the latest thing on the list of things.
Okay, so the thing that I reached out to you about, I'm just looking at my other computer to see if I can show you, but I don't think I'm going to be able to show you.
I don't think we can do that.
I wrote a whole list. I don't think so either. I wrote a whole list.
Oh, it was the profile banner image thingy. That's one of the things I'm pissed off about.
It is. I know. I have a whole list, but when you talk, I will look for this. But I might be able to find it. Hold on. So you know how we all have menus on the tops of our websites with our archive, our about page, our home page. And I was a web designer for 15 years, so I'm used to things like second level navigation, drop downs.
Yeah. Same. I was a WordPress user for decades.
Me too. Designer, the whole thing. And you could it's simple. It's like this little thing where you can have subcategories under your main category. The other night I was noodling around in settings. I'm going to try and find this.
And you guys, when Nan says this, it's going to blow your mind.
Okay. You can't really see it, but this is where your navigation lives in settings. And you can't do this with the static pages that Substack creates, like your homepage, your about page, but you can do it with links that you add to your navigation. We have
drop-down menus for all the people in the back. Yeah.
They're called nesting things.
Because why would they call it anything that made sense? Instead of categories, we have tags.
let's talk about Open Tab later. Do you know about Open Tab yet? So what you can do, and I really can't show you,
I'm
is
pretty sure you can. Yeah.
if you grab one of the things that you made in your navigation bar area
You
in
can,
settings, you can drag it on top of another one that you want to
and
group
that
it with.
creates a drop down.
Then what you get is a pop-up that says group name. And that's where you add what it's called. So I was doing this because on Wham Bam, I made a couple of extra pages. I made a page for donating and for sponsors. And I didn't want all these things across the top. And so I was like going, which one should come first? And as I was dragging it, I got a highlight around the tile and it
Oh, so
said,
you discovered it by
group.
accident.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was
Jody,
completely.
no, Jody, we can't do screen shares on
We
lives,
can't do, which is
unfortunately.
on my list of grapes. Because I'll show you,
I
Jody.
know.
Jody, I was going to text you the other day to show you this. And then I looked at your site and you have so many less things on your site that I said, I'll talk to her about it later. But you can create drop downs. So I was able to take donate and sponsors and put them under
A group
something like,
call.
we need your help as the top,
Oh,
right? And
brilliant.
there you go. And then I went on the Substack help page and searched it. And I couldn't find it. And I couldn't find
Of
it. I
course
couldn't
not.
find it. And then suddenly I found a post that was updated 23 days ago
Yeah. And
that
that's the
mentioned
thing. You're
this.
right, Karen. This is mind boggling because there's probably so many more things about Substack that we don't know because we don't know. And I had a client actually the other day tell me like that Substack's help documentation can't even keep up with itself.
That was me. I
And
said it.
but somebody else said it too. But it's
Okay.
true though. And
They
like
don't
it's
take
totally
your
true. They are not even keeping up with their own help documentation. And here's people like me and Nan and Claire trying to help you
class.
people. Claire.
Mhm.
Yeah, Daria, does Substack even know? Good
I'm
question. I mean,
I'm so glad that you're
yeah.
reading the chat because all I do is look at myself and say, "God,
Oh,
you're right."
and that's totally
Um, but
that's what
but
I'm here for. I'm here
so
to do the work.
so he I made the discovery, darling. So here we are. This is what we do when we talk to each other, and it's by text. It's much more fun live because, like,
Yeah, there's a lot more swearing when it's like in
he's
messaging, but
oh, no, I can do that here too. I even
oh,
did that in my list of grapes and
do
grapes.
you? And you still get clients? Okay. Maybe I should start swearing more
I'm
then and I'll get more.
completely myself with everybody, and sometimes that's embarrassing for everybody, but I don't care.
More swearing, please. Okay.
You know what? I'm 65 years old. I pretended to be
Do
someone I
whatever you
wasn't
want.
for a very long time, and now all brakes are off. Um, so what else? So do you wanna do, like, dashboard and editor gripes?
Well, I would say the homepage editor, that was a really big one because they also made those changes without telling anybody. They didn't tell a soul, and you know how I know this?
Are you talking about the
Because
website editor?
yes, the
The
website
homepage
editor.
editor?
Yeah,
Well, they did
because
tell bestsellers.
Claire, what's that?
They did tell the bestsellers when they beta'd our ability to play with the
Oh
homepage,
yeah, I'm a
they gave it
bestseller, but I didn't get the beta access at all. Claire did though.
I did too.
Um,
That's weird. Okay,
I didn't.
so there's another thing to complain about
Yeah.
'cause I'm a New Yorker and I'm a Jew, so I like to complain. I'm sorry. So all right, so yeah, nobody told anybody about or, you know, I look at my emails every day.
I have a
I
lot of
didn't
them
get
turned off. Yeah.
oh, no, I look at everything that comes from Substack and Amy Gabriel, I love swearing. Me too, sweetie. Um,
Shelley's asking what happened in the website editor. Well, it
There
was when
is
they
one.
made the switch.
There
When they
is
made
one.
the switch from how basic it used to be to what it is now. That's what we're talking about, because that was pretty recent, only a few months ago for the broader Substack user base.
That's
And
right.
so, but what was really interesting when that happened is Claire had made a big tutorial for all of her subscribers about how to design your homepage. And the next day they changed it. And she sent
I
me
didn't know that. Oh
she
my.
sent me a message and she was exasperated because she had just sent out this big tutorial. And I was like, you know what? I just discovered it. So I'm going to do a tutorial and you're welcome to send your people to my tutorial just because. And I didn't really know what I was doing that day. I made the tutorial because it was so new and I was playing around too. But
I think it's so
yeah, so
great
that's what
that you
happened
do
to it.
that. I think it's so great that you make those tutorials. I don't have the patience or the
Well,
ability to sum it up. I'm verbose and I go on, and everybody knows that, I think. I send these long emails and I write these long posts because I can't sum it up.
well,
And
my middle name is Brevity. I have to.
I
I'm
love
just like, here's how to do the thing. Bye.
I don't have the patience. I'd rather noodle around and play with pretty
Yeah.
colors. So,
Yeah, I mean, there's that. Yeah,
that's,
your branding is way nicer than mine, I'm sure.
it's different, sweetie, it's different. We
Totally
have
different, totally different, yeah.
different styles. It's not better or worse, it's just different. But let's talk I wanna talk about something really basic. What I wanna
Yeah,
talk
let's do
about
that.
is when you go to create a new post, okay? I have been using publishing apps for years. All of us have. Word,
Yeah,
all of them. This website editor doesn't have the ability to make a photograph go to the left or the right, and we can't do any text wrap at all. So I have to create all these visual workarounds with images for my clients and for myself to get a picture flush left or to get a picture flush
yeah.
right. And
Same here.
that, of course, and it is so basic that I do not understand why it's such a problem to do that, and there's nobody to talk to. Nobody is listening. Nobody wants to answer questions, and it's a tough thing for me, and I hate complaining about Substack, really, because I love Substack. I love
Yeah,
Substack. I love being on the platform. I love the creative space and the people that I'm meeting, and,
and people like us probably shouldn't be complaining because, like, we're the ones trying to teach it. Are you grimacing your face at Bob's comment?
uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't
Bob,
understand
I'm
it.
Canadian, so I don't even know what the Fourth Amendment is. This is a
And that's
Substack
not and that's
conversation.
and that's not what we're talking about today, Bob, but
Not
thank
today,
you.
no.
Um, mm, so
Your face is just amazing. Um, yeah, but we do have to give them a little bit of credit that we can now center our text like they put in that after years of
I
complaining.
know that
So
was thrilling, wasn't it? Wasn't it a
I
thrilling
it
thing?
really was. It was like, "Oh my god, we just got something that WordPress has had for 30 years. Amazing."
Right.
You
So,
know?
yeah, so it's like it's strange, and I have lots and lots. Let's see, Substack won't do anything unless it's cost effective. Well, it would be cost effective because we'd make prettier posts, and people like that. People respond to things that
Yeah,
look right, and
yeah,
they don't understand that, and I don't even know if these people have a UX or UI designer on staff. That's somebody
yeah.
who
A user
over
interface. Yeah,
user
yeah,
experience from the other side, my reader, or user interface, which is what we
yeah,
do in the back end. It's like, do they have anybody with any common sense on this staff? And I hate saying
yeah.
all these negative things because the truth is everybody's doing the job they have to do. And I had an experience a couple of weeks ago where I was trying to get a custom domain to work on Style Your Stack, and I ran into weeks of problems. It wasn't happening. And
Oh, really?
I have a relationship with the Substack bot. We started dating. It's just amazing. They do whatever I want, and they're very polite. But you know what? they didn't help me, and I lost my mind, and I
Yeah.
finally got connected with a person. I think it
Yeah.
was a person. His name
I
was
wanna give everybody, since we're talking about the bot, I wanna give everyone a little secret here.
Thank
And
you.
maybe if we inundate the bot and the support people, they'll actually make human support. So if you say to the chat bot, I know a lot of people don't even know there is a chat bot, but there's a tiny little
Hard to
question mark
find.
in the bottom left corner of your dashboard where you can talk to a chat bot. If you keep telling the chat bot, I need to speak to a human, and then it'll reply, and then you just keep typing, I need to speak to a human, I need to speak to a human. Eventually it'll get fed up and send
That's
your
not what
thing to
I
the
got.
human.
I got there are no live agents available right now.
Well,
So,
how many times did you say, "Let me speak to a human"?
have you met me?
Ah,
I'm relentless. Um, no, I abandoned the bot. I broke up with the
Oh,
bot and
maybe they think.
decided I needed a break, and I came back like 5 days later, and I started the chat again. I was very impressed, though, I have to tell you, that every time I talked to the bot over that 2 weeks, the bot remembered my story. So I didn't have to
Oh,
rehash it every time I went, but after I took a break and went back, I had to go through it all over again. That's when I lost my mind and got connected to a person. I don't talk to this
yeah.
person, I email with this person.
Yeah, it's only
Name
email
I'm
support that
not
you'll
gonna
ever
tell you
get.
I'm not gonna tell you that person's name. What I will tell you is that we got very close.
Hmm.
We decided it was better for me to just keep using the Substack URL, the default URL that they give you when you start, because
Yeah,
I was gonna, like, burst a blood vessel in my brain, and I asked him 2 questions. I
yeah.
said, "How many websites are there on Substack?" He didn't tell me, but I then asked him, "How many people work in your office in support or your whatever in support?" Ready for this? Guess. Guess.
8?
6.
Wow.
6 people handling support for this huge community. And
Well, I
is
have
this
to say,
terrible? Is this terrible that all we're doing is bitching and moaning and complaining and saying terrible things
no,
about
no, because
where
I
our
think the
bread
more people that
buttered?
see, like, you and I get paid to help people with Substack, and I think the
Right.
more people that see that we are also frustrated with it, maybe they won't feel so dumb, because I've had clients tell me they feel so stupid because they can't navigate the
No.
system, and I'm like, "Don't feel stupid because
Mm, mm-mm.
it's it's
It is still
massive."
unintuitive. It is so
Yeah,
unintuitive.
so I just don't want anybody to feel dumb about not knowing what they're doing on Substack, because, like, it's we can't blame you for not knowing what you're doing, you know?
Right, because we don't
So
yeah, that's Jody just said, it's not intuitive. It was never intuitive. When
mhm.
I first came on Substack, I had 15 years of web design under my belt. I'm comfortable in these interfaces. It
Oh,
took me 2 full days to set up my stack and learn where everything was and figure it out, and the
uh,
only way I was able to do that was by clicking on everything. And
yeah,
then I'd forget
yeah.
where things live, and I'd have to, like, retrace my steps because it's not intuitive. Uh,
Well, yeah, and, like, why would it be? I do workshops all the time on the same topics, and it boggles my mind how many people show up who still don't know about those things, like tags is the most basic thing, but
but it's
nobody knows
but it's
what they're for.
because it's a
And to
stupid name, because we
Yeah,
spent years
so
and years in social media using hashtags.
hashtags,
So every
and
client
so
I
for
have ever had who has jumped ahead
doesn't know.
makes
I
these
know.
tags, and it's like, "You gotta delete all of those and let me
I
explain."
know I had clients with, like, 500 hashtags in their tags too, so see, look
Right,
at I changed somebody's life with tags,
right,
and that's the
right.
thing. For
That
everybody who's on here
that
right now who doesn't
that
know, tags are used like blog
they're ca
categories,
they're
not like
categories,
social media tags. They
and
are
I tell
categories
that's right.
for organizing your content,
That's right.
period.
And I tell people to think of them as headings for sections on their homepage. Type
Yeah,
them
I tell
exactly
people to
the way
think
you
of them as content buckets. Same
that's right.
thing, right?
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, and so, like, stuff like this really does hold a person back. I really do believe that we need to always put our best foot forward when we're presenting content to our readers, and we're handcuffed a little bit because when I'm working with a client one-on-one and I'm coaching them online on Zoom and we're screen sharing and I can't find something because Substack moved it and didn't tell
It's
anyone,
embarrassing.
really embarrassing.
Yeah.
And then I get down on myself automatically. I crumble inside. It's like, "Oh my god, I'm failing," and it's not that
But
at
it's
all.
hard to not fail on a platform that's not helping us not fail, you know? Same thing happened to me when the whole, website editor switched over, and I didn't know it because they didn't
Mhm,
announce it,
mhm,
and I was on a
mhm.
client Zoom showing her how to do her homepage, and nothing was there, and I was like, "It's
That's right.
embarrassing,"
It
and
is.
people are paying us for our time.
Yeah, it is. So what else? What else? I'm pulling up my list.
Okay, I'm glad you made a list because I didn't really have a moment between yesterday and today to make one.
Okay, so let's see, what else? Okay, let's talk about my favorite topic. I also wanna say Sarah Faye didn't know anything about any of this. She
The
didn't know
profile
either.
thing?
Like, all of it. It's
Oh,
like she doesn't tell us. Oh, profile cover image. They made a big deal about our profile cover images, the banners that go behind our profile pictures,
yep,
and then they got rid of it,
I know,
and now we have this
and my
teeny tiny
biggest
microscopic word mark that looks like
yeah, for
crap.
only one publication, but my
That's
biggest
right.
beef with them the biggest beef with them taking away the profile banner image was that some people have paid us to make them. So they
Right.
paid us money and now it's obsolete, you know?
That's right. Yeah,
And that's not
absolutely.
very nice,
Isn't
and,
see, but we don't
yeah,
care about those little people. Um, I really do believe that actually, um, which is too
Amy, she will
bad.
not say a negative word about Substack because she probably makes a lot of money here
Who is
on
that?
Substack.
Amy
Sarah
Gaither?
Faye says
Oh,
Amy says,
no,
"She will not
no,
say a negative
no.
word." Well,
She
why would she?
absolutely no, I mean, she loves it, and I understand because I love it too, and I want everybody to do well,
That
and
is my biggest wish for everyone.
no, I want everyone to do well, and they're trusting me when they hire me to help.
Yeah,
And if I can't help because they don't communicate, we're in the communication business, Substack. It's all about communicating,
yeah, go
and
figure.
and they don't talk to us enough. And I really wish that could change in their culture, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
my entire career background was in customer service, and I so when I see no customer service or bad customer service, it
mhm,
really just rips my heart out. And I've had people say, like and I think Substack is missing out on a revenue opportunity. I've had people say to me, "I would be happily pay $10 a month if I could have access to customer service or, like, to support, live support when I need it."
mhm,
And I
mhm.
probably would too. 10
Interesting.
bucks a month to have all the support you want.
Yeah,
And
well,
I know other platforms are looking into things like that, so I
oh,
think
that's
Substack
neat.
is
That's
dropping the
neat.
ball a bit.
Oh, and what else? Does anybody have questions about things that are
Yeah.
pickles for them that you could put in the chat and say, "How do you do this? Where is this?" Um, and maybe we can answer maybe we'll be able to answer your questions
Yeah,
accurately.
I mean,
Um, I
we'll try and stay on top of the questions too, because that's another thing on the lives, the comments disappear quickly.
Yeah, they really do. And we can't really I wish there were more hearts. I wish we could heart each other's comments. I know that's kind of advanced, but,
Yeah,
uh
yeah, only be done on
I
desktop
don't
or
know.
app. Yeah, that's a good one,
But
Jody,
it's okay
the,
for not
things
mentioning.
versus desktop versus app,
That's right.
because
It's
even your navigation bar does not show up on the app. It's only Substack's default pages that show up,
and if
and
yeah, exactly. If you make special pages for your site, they're not on the app, and that's something to
Yeah.
know. And the way to work around that sort of is to make them posts and pin them, and they'll stay on the top of your feed, but you can only do that with so many things, right? So
Or do the hero post and put all of your pertinent information and links in a hero post because
and
that
pin
will
that. That's a
stay at the
great
top.
idea.
I mean,
That's a
that's
great
what I have on
idea.
my Unstacked Substack one, and it's
Mhm,
the hero image says "Start here."
mhm, mhm,
So,
mhm.
hopefully, people are starting there.
Yeah, I mean, there is a
Um,
lot. Um, but it does make it difficult. And when I found that thing about the nesting pages, I lost my mind. I did. I was like, "How
yeah,
can you not tell us something like this?
yeah.
This will change for a lot of people who really rely on the website instead of the app," and I'm one of those people. I hate reading in an app. Um,
I'll read on the app, but I use the website on my laptop way
mhm,
more than I use anything on a phone.
mhm.
Um,
But we'll be able to build out these sites more because you won't have I remember when I first came on and I was reading George Saunders. Has anybody ever looked at George Saunders' main navigation on a site? It actually scrolls. He's got so many tags
I
and
have a client
sections.
who has that. Open Secrets magazine,
Mhm,
she
mhm,
scrolls for days on
mhm,
her tabs there.
mhm,
There's so
mhm.
many of them.
Rachel, yeah, yeah. I know. It's so hard, and this way we can actually categorize things and think of this as a more flexible website,
Mhm.
with more places to put things so that they're findable. Because we're dealing in a platform that is mostly posts, so it's a feed and things disappear and we have these archive posts, it's not as easy to keep track of content that you might want in front of people. And this way, you can actually create some pages and curate. I hate that word, but I use it because it
Yeah, yeah,
works.
yeah.
Uh, you can curate different content in a different, beautiful way.
Yeah.
Um,
And for
so
those who just jumped on, what we're talking about right now is Nan discovered very recently that we can create drop down menus in our navigation bar now, like on a typical standard blog. And so I think, Nan, you were saying you don't do those tutorial things. So I think now that you've told me about it, I'm going to try and put together a video tutorial
good. Oh,
to
do
show
it, and
people
I'll
how
share it
it's
out.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a great
Um,
idea, and it'll really help a lot of people because there have been people who've said to me, "How come I can't do a drop-down menu?" And,
I
uh,
know. Same here
and
over the
I think
years.
that's but I also made fun of myself the other night when I found this out because it's like, these are the things that real tech geeks not I am not a tech bro or sis. I'm not a coder. I'm not a programmer, but these are the things that get people like me excited. Isn't that sad? It's
Really?
like
Not really, because I like
no,
pretty
but you know what I
websites
mean.
too. This is why I
Yeah,
will always
but,
have a
like,
Squarespace website because I love pretty websites.
I love
I
pretty
love beautiful
websites
sites.
too. I love
Yeah.
pretty sites too, and you can do what you can do. I went looking at ghosts the other day. I took a 1 week free trial to explore it and see if maybe I wanted to duplicate my Slam stack over there to possibly put it before new eyes. But, you're paying by the month. It's okay, I don't mind that, but there's really no social community. There's no community.
Yeah, and I
There's
I
there's
actually
no
tried
interaction.
Ghost before I ever found Substack way
Oh,
back in
really?
2017, and I found it really difficult in the dashboard compared to because I was used to WordPress.
Mhm. Mhm.
So,
Mm.
Karen, you and I, next time we get together on Zoom, I'll show you the drop down menu thing just because you had made your comment there. And Jody, Ghost is what is Ghost? Like, how would you explain it, Nan?
It's a content management system.
But it has a paid subscription thing built in as well, right?
It
Like you can.
does. And it monetizes much more easily. They use Stripe too, but there's no notes feature. There's no
And
way
no
to
community.
interact. So there's
Yeah.
no way to introduce yourself to potential readers. It's just like having a website out in the world all by itself, is in my mind. I don't think that there would be a tremendous, if I had a huge list and I don't, and I wanted to leave Substack, that would make it more viable for me. But because I'm still growing in 3 different places, I wanna stay where there are eyes who actually want to see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And the piece about Substack that I really, really, really want to emphasize was the most important part for me in coming in here a couple of years ago was the social aspect, was that
Mhm.
I have made the most amazing friends on this platform. These are people
100%.
these are people who will be my friends until I die. I really
Same
believe
here.
that.
Karen Michaels is one of them, and she's sitting right here. Like, I
Right,
mean, if like, I can't wait to meet her in real life.
right.
I want to answer one question that Word Nerd posted here. The comment is, it appears my notes are not going to my subscribers' feeds. Why is that? And I see notes from people I follow. How do you know that your notes aren't coming up in your subscriber feed? How do you know that? I just want to know.
Can you
Or
answer
how,
that? Can you
yeah, I
answer
would
that?
I mean, I don't know how somebody can know if they're coming up in their feeds, and if the only thing you're basing it on is maybe you're getting low engagement on your notes. I don't necessarily think that that means that people aren't seeing it. I think they're just not engaging with it.
I think
But
I think that it's up to, yeah, I think that it is up to your subscribers to be using notes on a regular basis too. I don't think it's easy to access. I miss things from people I follow all
all
the
the
time,
time. Yeah.
so notes
So
is
the
not a perfect engine at all, and you train the algorithm every single day, and they do too. Whatever they're looking at, they're gonna see more of. 2 weeks ago, I noticed a blatant difference between the feed I had a month ago and the feed I have today. That's because I started reading more feminist writers,
Mhm,
and within 2 days, I was seeing names I had never seen before, and I was being introduced to more writers who write the things I wanna read.
mhm.
So the algorithm is definitely responsive. I don't think if your readers were Word Nerd, let's see, if I go on the
Yes,
app, it tells me who saw the notes. Interesting. And it will say subscribers and list other categories. I've
I've
noticed
never
that
looked at
too.
that.
I get a very different notes feed when I'm on the app than when I'm on my computer, on my desktop version. Absolutely.
And
I
Word Nerd, also to answer your next question, yes, by whatever you do in the notes feed, you're
Yes.
training the algorithm what you want to see. I see a lot of dogs because I interact with a lot of dogs and I post my dog all the time.
Oh, that
But yeah, it pays attention to what you are doing on there.
Yeah, I think that's really true, and one of the things that I've also noticed is I wanted to do an experiment because Wham Bam Thank You Slam is my newest stack and a new venture, and I'm trying to build audience. I started following people. You know how on the homepage there's like a little bar that scrolls across that says, "Follow these people?" I decided to just start doing it. And I'd
Mhm,
eyeball who else was following them, and I would make very quick snap decisions about people, like, based on their pictures, whether they were MAGA, but I'm not seeing a lot of MAGA people in but I was, like, really just following, 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 and then what started happening was I started getting some of their content, and I could sort of see whether I wanted to stay friends with them or not. Um,
mhm,
but it does open up the possibility they're gonna start seeing my stuff too,
mhm.
because they see that I followed them. They often will follow me back. I am very social on Substack because I'm constantly scouting for writers who I want to invite to perform at the slam.
When you wanna hear something funny, your notes never come up in my feed, and that
and
is so weird because
I haven't
here
been
we
seeing
are, like,
yours.
we're talking to each other a lot, and your notes never come up in
I
my
and I
feed.
and I hardly ever see yours lately, because
Yeah,
I've been
like, they
so
switch things around.
but it's also I've been so distracted away
Mhm.
from the stuff I was doing that was more style related, more doing that stuff. Everything I'm doing right now is sort of focused on Wham Bam, so the interaction isn't the same, right?
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that's why. And I always wonder, it's like, "Where's Kristi been? I hope she's okay." It's
I
like
know, I sometimes think that too. I'm like, somebody just totally dropped off. And I do want to acknowledge Tim, who just checked on here because Tim, I feel like you have dropped off of Substack. So it's so nice to see you. And Tim and Sherry, I've met both of them in real life. They live really close to me.
nice.
Um, so I want to answer Marianne's question. Also, Shelley mentioned the notes scheduler. It is fairly new,
Yeah,
scheduling notes, and
yeah.
it people seem to
How did
love
you
it.
find out about it?
I can't
You know, this
remember. I probably found out about it through Karen Cherry, through Pubstack.
Oh, Karen, how
Um,
is she? I haven't seen or
we
spoken to
never
her.
talk, but I subscribe to her and because she seems to always write about stuff that I didn't like. Everybody who does the Substack coaching stuff writes about different stuff. So I feel like we're all just kind of touching base with each other and
Mhm.
like sharing the information for the greater good kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, so the note scheduler, I think I found out about that through Karen. She's way more analytical data than I am.
yeah.
And so I like reading her stuff because my mind is a creative mind, not a numbers mind at all.
Yeah, mine either. I go blank. And who's my other favorite person who does help on Substack? Amanda Hinton. She
And I've never
is
seen her.
Oh my god, you have to check out Amanda Hinton. She is one of the nicest, smartest women I have ever met, and she talks about data. She talks about
That's
stats,
probably why I
and
don't know about her.
that's I know, but she also has tremendous advice on building and strategies for how you market in your posts. She's fabulous and definitely worth
Okay.
checking out. Love her.
I know a lot of people do follow her.
Publishing
I think
Spectrum, I think it is. Yeah.
oh, she is now Amanda Bray. Thanks for
That's
that,
right.
Rona.
Thanks, Rona. I forgot.
I I
She's
would have gone
so
I would have gone looking for Amanda Hinton saying, "Oh, she
yeah,
doesn't even
Bray,
exist."
Bray, 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 Bray. Sorry. It
Um
gets stuck.
I
Um,
will say though that I can't keep track of all of the people like us who do Substack because I don't know, when you work on the platform full time, I have very little bandwidth for being on the platform outside of work hours,
mhm.
honestly. So I kind of dropped off of reading, which is really selfish to say because I expect people to read my stuff. So I try,
Understand
but
that.
there's a lot of burnout too. And you probably know like when I don't think people know this in general. When we work with Substackers, so we are admins on a lot of people's Substacks. And when you're an admin on Substack, like my drop down list of Substacks is like 40 or 50 different ones.
Wow. I leave
And
after I finish because I can't
well, I have ongoing
go
support
ongoing
for a
stuff.
lot of
Yeah,
people. So,
yeah.
um, but it's a big job
So
too, going and
but
culling
you
that
get
list.
all of their stuff too. Their
Yeah,
posts
so
come
yeah,
through.
that's where I was
That's
getting to. When you're an
uh-huh.
admin, you're automatically a subscriber. And
Mhm.
so for people like us who work with Substackers, we're like inundated with Substack information because we're subscribed to everybody.
The other thing as people who do that is I just blanked out. I was gonna tell you something I thought it was interesting. It'll come back or it won't. Um, I said I was 65, it goes in and it goes out. But, oh, this is it. when you are an admin on the back of somebody else's site, you start getting shown as a paid subscriber to
Yeah.
their stack. And so if anybody looks at my profile and
It looks like
sees
we
what I
pay for
pay,
like 40
it
Substacks.
it looks like we're absolutely loaded and pay
I
for
know.
every. And it's like,
I
I don't
know.
want people to get the wrong idea. I'm
Yeah.
kind of pretty working class to maybe lower middle class.
Of
I don't have
poverty, like,
I don't have the money to pay for all these people.
yeah, so Nan and I do not pay for 40 different Substacks. We are paid subscribers because we have worked for
Right.
them. That's
Which
why we
is
show up as yeah.
which is stupid. Oh, another gripe. Ready? Oh, I have to talk about logos and icons before we end. But the other one is,
And Danny,
oh,
I'll
I
answer your
forgot again.
question here. You did?
What?
Oh, Danny actually is just asking a really good question.
You can't.
If you have two Substack newsletters linked to the same profile, so you can't distinguish because notes are published as you, the person, not a publication.
But
So there's no
they only
differentiation.
they only show the primary publication you have chosen. So when I started Wham Bam, I selected Wham Bam as the number one top publication.
Yeah,
So
to generate.
whenever I post in notes, it says Nan Tepper Wham Bam Thank You Slam. It doesn't say Nan Tepper
Style your
Style Your
stack.
Stack. It doesn't say the next right thing. And I find that incredibly annoying because I'm
Yeah,
not getting to market my work the way I would
I know.
like to. It would be
So
nice
Danny,
if I
when you
could.
say should you create two different accounts, I mean you can, but you don't have to. Um, but you can alternate which one shows as your primary publication. You can do that under your profile settings, not your
Back
dashboard
and
settings,
forth.
but your profile.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to mentally keep track of all the questions rolling in here so I can maybe I do have a post written about that, Danny. If you message me, I'll link you to it.
There you go. There you go. You have posts written
Yeah.
about everything, and they're all so good.
Yeah, but the
They're
great thing is that half of them are outdated now because of Substack.
I know. So you'll have more work to do, and you can put them out again and make
Because
more
I
money.
need so much more work to do. And the thing is, I don't get paid for the posts, so it's all free work.
Well,
Um,
but it's an investment for sure.
yeah.
There's nothing I
But
don't
yeah,
think there's anything I
a lot of my tutorial posts with screenshots are outdated because they
Mhm.
change things so rapidly that the screenshots are and
Yeah.
so it's a big job to go back and try and edit posts and put in new screenshots, and it's really a big job.
Which is probably why they don't do it either,
Oh, I know. I
right?
need my own
Because
virtual assistant.
me too. Me too. So I just wanted to talk about icons and logos and one of the things that I have been complaining about since the minute I got on the platform. Substack calls the little image that shows up in your browser tab, the upper left of your website, and representation of your stack a
A
logo.
logo
It is not a logo. There's no way it could be called a logo because it has to be so simple and
and
clear
small. Yeah.
and and clear and simple and visible small
Yeah.
that they should be calling it an icon. I think a lot of you are already familiar with what shows up in the browser tab. It's a simple icon, and it can be distinguished if it's well designed.
Mhm.
And that's called a favicon.
Yeah.
And we need to have that tool as well as a place to do a real logo. So there should be a favicon for the browser tab and a logo that's a real logo that people can visualize in the app, that
Mm,
fills the whole top of the screen.
nope.
They're not doing that. And it's kinda like it's not that hard. It's not that hard.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to call a banner, like a banner instead of a word mark too. Nobody that I've worked with knows what a word mark is.
Didn't
When I'm
know
doing
either.
branding for people, nobody
Yeah,
knows what a word mark is
but they're
at all.
special.
And a lot of people call it a watermark because what's a word mark?
Right.
And a
Right.
watermark is a very different thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's a banner on the tablet you can
I
press
can't
on a
read
note.
this. So
Yeah, it's a long
it's a
question.
lot. Yeah. I'm kind of FYIs do not see this on desktop. I can't like take it in. I'm sorry, but we can
Yeah,
cop. I'm going to screenshot it and answer you later.
yeah. That's a good idea. Why have I never thought about that?
I
Are
don't
you on
know.
your
I never
laptop
thought
or on
about
your
it until
phone?
right now. So
Yeah. Are you
there,
on your laptop?
no, I'm out on my desktop. On my, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Which one?
Oh, okay.
um, so I mean, like, there's so many things that I'd like to see changed. What is the point of this meeting today, Kristi?
Did did somebody ask that?
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, the point of the meeting today, well, the title of it was called Substack is losing its mind,
But
hence
maybe it's
so are
us.
we.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that's the point of it. So, I guess if I wanted to get a really big point across would be we as people who coach and work with other Substackers are trying our very, very best to keep up with what's going on the platform. Yeah, that we're just trying our best, and that's what we're both here to do. For those who don't know, Nan and I have businesses working with Substackers. She's a lot more in the branding arena, and I'm
Yeah,
more in the kind of support arena, but we both cross over in different ways.
we do. We do. We
Um, but yeah, we're really trying hard, all of us coachy people, to stay on top of things.
Yeah, and I wish that there was a way that we could open up a line of communication with Substack to say, we are like we're sort of we're grateful that we're profiting from what you all are creating, but we're at a disadvantage when we don't know the changes that are coming, and
Yeah,
see if we can work something out with them. I mean, I think the live came out of both of our frustration the other night saying, "Ugh," and we wanted to share our pain with all of you.
yeah.
Um,
So we're not alone in it.
no, but it's like if we're confused and
Yeah,
we're techie and we can like pull this stuff apart, think about how the writers who don't wanna do this stuff or don't know how or don't care, but need the help feel when they try to figure things out. It's
I
just,
know. And that was, like I said
and that's
yesterday,
the
I was working
motivation.
with a lady, and like it's heartbreaking for me to say, "Oh, I feel so stupid," or like to hear somebody say that, "I feel so
Yeah,
stupid." And I'm like, "Don't feel stupid because it's a mind-boggling platform now." And
yeah,
when I first came here years and years ago, it wasn't like this. It was you could
yeah.
log on and start writing. It was that simple.
It was very plain.
So,
But it's improved, and that's a thing to stress too. We're
mhm,
sitting here and we're joking and we're complaining and we're saying this needs to fit. But the truth is that in the 2.5 years I've been on the platform, it has improved. It
mhm,
is better. There are more perks and things that we can do. It's like they're very, very into video, and I think that's fine. And I'm using that tool, and now they have the live studio, but you can't do that. I mean, the studio, but you can't do that live because we wanted to be able to screen share with you today. And we looked at the studio option, which is
yeah.
basically a recording studio on the platform. You record, you invite your guests, you create an interview, and then you publish it. So
But you
that was
still
the
can't edit in the studio either.
you can't? I thought you
No,
could. I was pretty sure you
no,
could.
you can't. And so it's
I
at
went
least
to a
not. I went to the master class for the
oh,
recording
you
studio, and at that time, that was only
yeah,
a few weeks ago, there was no
yeah.
editing.
Oh, I
And
thought there
so it's
was.
still not an all in one. Like I still do my tutorials and stuff on Zoom or Loom
Mhm,
because there's
mhm,
editing.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Thanks, Jode. Um, I really think that we have to wait and see and be great and be Be grateful for the crumbs you are given.
Exactly. And if one day you all see me disappear from Substack, that only means it's not because I got pissed off and left. It's only because I got YouTube famous and I'm making more money
I
over there.
love that you're doing that. I think it's
I'm just
so
joking.
cool. No, but you're doing it, and you
I'm
will
having
make
so much fun doing it,
that
and
it.
don't ask for the link because I'm not telling anyone the link.
Put the link in the chat.
No,
What?
because I learned about YouTube. This is a whole different tutorial. I learned
Okay.
about YouTube that if random people show up, but they're not actually there for your content, they're just there to see what it's like, then that messes with the
Uh,
algorithm.
oh,
So I'm
okay.
doing it completely organically. I'm not telling anyone the link. The only people that know it is Karen.
Bye,
Hi,
Jen.
Jen.
Bye, Jen.
I'm so sad that you just logged on right when we're logging off.
We're getting ready
Jen
to wrap it.
Jen has a chronic time zone.
I know
And
people like we run into that sometimes at the Slam because, we do it at 5 p.m. Eastern to try and, like, pull everybody in from the coasts, but then,
yeah,
I've got people who are performing from Japan and Singapore and Germany and time zones, and I don't do
yeah,
math, so everybody's on their own. I know I have
I
to be
know.
here at a certain time for that, but
I have a couple
yeah,
clients who are in Thailand, and that is because I'm in mountain time, so I'm really early,
yeah,
and I have to work at like 7 p.m. to connect with
yeah,
Thailand people.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I see.
interesting.
Yeah, I have that
Yeah,
going on too, and you know what? That's okay. It's really great.
yeah.
I love the fact that this is global, 'cause
Me too. Me
really
too.
beautiful. There's
And
no borders here.
Daria, I'll answer your question and then we can wrap up. What do I do on YouTube? I talk about my travel stories. That's it. Period. I just do talking head stuff like this. I just talk about travel.
That's
And
great.
that's it.
That's
Yeah.
great. I'm not gonna take the link because I don't travel.
I'm not going to give the link.
Okay, 'cause that'll mess with your algorithm.
Well,
I
this
will
was
let
really great, and I hope that you all learned something. If nothing else, that we are trying our best to keep up with Substack and help you.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
but learning about the drop down alone, I think, is a great takeaway because
Hmm.
you'll be able to make big sites now.
Yeah,
And you
I'm going to
still
play with
but
that
you
on the
still
weekend.
yeah, but
Yeah,
you
I'm going to
still want
play with
your
it on the weekend and then make a
intellectual, right?
tutorial. Yeah.
There you go. That's great
Yeah.
on your in your free time.
In all my free time.
How many people here work 7 days a week? I do, but I like it.
Yeah.
You guys are so great. Thank you so much. How many did we get? Oh my
We
god.
got 94 people.
Mhm.
That's amazing. I know a lot of you just logged on now, and I feel bad that you missed basically the
But
whole thing, but
there'll
the
be a
replay.
replay. Yeah, there'll
Yeah,
be a
I'll
replay.
publish to mine and you can publish to yours and
Oh,
you can catch the
I will.
replay.
I will, and maybe one day we'll do a a
This
studio.
is a
I can't even keep
yeah,
track of what they're called because none of them are
I know.
intuitive either.
I know.
We didn't talk about what was it called? Something tab? Open tab.
I don't even know what that is yet. I've gotten the
Okay.
emails.
Open
So,
tab is, I think, like an interview show, and Hamish interviewed somebody the other day, but they're calling it open tab.
I don't like it. I mean,
It's
and
horrible.
I'll be honest, I
Uh-huh.
am probably never going to watch one either because I just don't have the wherewithal to sit down and do Substack when I'm not working.
I hear you. I hear you.
So,
Yeah.
there's a new
I
TV app called Imagine.
Mm.
There's Thanks for sharing all those things
Oh,
in
thanks,
the chats,
Jody. You're
guys.
so helpful.
And Jen, you guys are like our little support team here.
I read a little bit of that open tab interview, and when Hamish said about Substack, "I hear those guys are pricks," I went, "Okay." He was joking about himself.
But
She said, "No, you're not."
oh man.
I think the
Yeah.
trick is to not take any of this too seriously.
Yeah.
I really
And
do.
we're all here to connect and it's nice that we can do these things and everybody's in good spirits behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All
Thanks.
right.
This
Well,
was
thanks
really fun
everyone.
for me. I hope it was
Yeah.
fun for everybody else. What a
I
great
hate
group.
seeing people just logging on right now because we're logging off, but thanks for coming, Deborah.
Well,
All right. Well, we'll post the replays and yeah, have a great weekend, everyone.
thanks, Kristi. This was great.
Okay. Yes, it
Bye,
was.
sweetie.
See you later.
Bye.
I don't even know how to turn this off.
Leave.
I don't have a
Goodbye,
leave button.
Vivian. You'll get that.